All right, welcome back to Tiny Space Program, Colonizing Ganymede. This is part two of Colonizing Ganymede. Last time we sent our ships here and we started doing all the first actions and we started building our outpost. But now look, our outpost is built. We have two ships here. We have a modded ship that has extra cargo space, 43 total. I know in the last video I accidentally said it started with 25. That was incorrect. It actually starts with 35. We've got an additional, what is that, 8? 8 more from the two mods that we attached to this. And our other ship has arrived. So what we're going to do now is go ahead and unload everything off these ships. And then we'll send the workers off. And we might bring actually the astronauts all onto this one. Oh, no, never mind. The ship's full. And start collecting stone samples. And I do want to use, specifically I want to use the life support from this ship. Either ship, really, but I want to make sure I don't use the life support from collecting samples from clicking actions here and using any of these guys to collect stone samples. Wonder why, oh yeah, well, because we don't have any life support, so no risk of that. So I guess when you build your outpost, it starts with 0 life support. I guess I didn't really remember that, but good thing we planned ahead and we brought life support packs. That was one of the things we brought in the last episode, was we brought 2 life support packs along with us, just in case we needed it, and it looks like we already need it. Looky looky. So we're gonna go ahead and this would be on the actions page. Actions, unload life support. Go ahead and start doing that with one of them. And I'm always tempted to go ahead and start the other one because these workers can do it too. But I'm always worried the game's going to glitch or something and not give me all 5. And then I'm going to have to go send a whole nother ship here from Earth. Okay, we got all 5 of that one finished up. So I'm going to go ahead and click go. Start the second one just to be extra safe. Every once in a while, some things do bug out on this game, but it usually doesn't. Usually pretty good. Thank you. And speaking of which, I want to give a shout out to Jerry. Go to Earth and click on the wrench here. You can see on the About page, Jerry, developer. Thank you, Jerry. I love playing your game. I should probably join your Discord server and come give you kudos and thanks there. Very much appreciated. Cool game. Appreciate you making it. Alright, let's get back to what we were doing on Ganymede. Our 11th outpost. See what these guys can do. Collect some more stone samples. We won't need this life support when we leave to go back home to Earth. So might as well use it up while we're here to collect some stone samples to sell on Earth. And also we can do rover exploration. Now that we have 10 life support here, we're going to craft hydroponic center. Highly recommend that be the very first thing you craft, because if you don't, you'll be sorry. Use that first 10 life support, get this going. So that'll be 30 minutes. And speaking of which, it'll be 30 minutes for an astronaut, but if I didn't have him selected, it actually takes twice as long for workers to complete building projects. So for example, if I click this, it says 60 minutes for this worker to build a landing pad, which would be our next goal once we have 10 life support. But it'll only take half that time if an astronaut does it. Just a interesting thing that the game has is astronauts are more skilled, I guess, faster, better at what they do. So now we have our hydroponic center. Let's check our checklist here. Hydroponic center is next, then landing pad, and then we could go ahead and get another rover started building, and then our stretch goals of workshop and vehicle repair. Wonder what we can do. These guys are busy collecting stone samples. And it won't let me build a rover right now. Why not? It's because there's no rover parts on this ship. So let's put 3 rover parts back from the planet back onto the ship, and then we should have another action on the list here. Aha, assemble rover. So might as well use up some of this life support to assemble a second rover. Get him busy. And then what is our other ship capable of doing? It has 10 life support, but nobody on board. This ship's just going to kind of stay here longer term. It's just kind of a, we need a kind of like, it's not essential, but kind of like an emergency if we need to get some people off the planet ASAP. Not that there's really an emergency per se in the game, but we can pretend. And it does provide some use. It allows me to kind of overpopulate the base. I want to make a video dedicated specifically to this concept, but this base can only support 5 people currently in the outpost, but it can actually hold a lot more than that. Let me show you an example. Let's go to Moon. Let's go to the Moon, and you can see the Moon currently only supports 45 people, yet somehow I have 54 people here. How am I doing that? Well, I've got each of these can hold 3 people on board. So you're allowed to overpopulate a base as long as every person has like a bed to sleep on. So there's 45 beds in the base. Let me show you another view. We have 48 workers on the planet. So we actually have more workers on the planet than we have beds on the planet. How is that allowed? Well, we have the 45 beds on the planet plus 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So that should get us up to 60. 45 plus 15, 60. So all in all, we could have up to 60 people here. Now it does become a little bit tricky when you try to leave the planet with a ship when you're doing this, because it won't let you ship leave when it says can't leave people behind. But that's okay. There is a way around it. You just kind of like load up your ships like this so that they're basically sitting in their seats or beds. We can move some workers over. We're still overpopulated by 1. So then sometimes you can't move a worker out because they're all busy. So what you can do is just like unassign a worker from a module, and then you'll be able to see them on this screen. You'll be able to move them over. And now we're not over our limit. We're at 45 out of 45. And if you needed to like have another ship and have it leave, it would be allowed to leave because, like for example, this one, because it doesn't say that anymore that the outpost is overpopulated, and it lets you leave. And then as soon as that ship takes off and leaves, you can just move all these guys right back over onto the surface and overpopulate. So I could do a whole video specifically to this technique of overpopulation because it's certainly helpful, especially when you're in the lower outpost levels and you can't have that many workers. You can kind of actually can, as long as you just have some ships. And the reason why I like to use this one is because it's so cheap. It's like 200 credits as a single-use thing. So as soon as I send it back to Earth, it's going to be discarded. Well, it's worth more to me here on the Moon, giving me 3 more beds to sleep in. So might as well not ever send it back to Earth. Just leave it here all the time. It's kind of a little sneaky trick pack. I don't know what you call it. Alright, so let's go start a little bit of money making. We're gonna go do our thing on every single outpost. We're gonna do rover exploration. We're just gonna go one at a time real fast. Get this out of the way. Get some money coming in. Looks like our rover is broken here. So Phobos needs, write that down. Phobos needs repair parts. It's something we can do. Especially some point when we're waiting on something else to happen, we can do that. Deimos. Let's go ahead and start him fixing the rover on Deimos. Metis. Go. Amalthea. Hope I'm saying that right. Go. Thebe. Go. Io. Go. Europa. No longer my last outpost. Now that our new outpost is built on Ganymede. That's our newest one. And we have a guy and we have a rover. We can do this on Ganymede now. That's great. So now, instead of getting 1,000 every 30 minutes, we can get 1,100 because we have 11 outposts. We can do it at all of them except Phobos. Phobos had an issue, so we're just doing 1,000. But it's good. We're scaling up our operations one outpost at a time. Now, what can we do? Those guys are both busy. And he's busy for a while. They don't have anything they can do yet. I am running low-ish. I mean, almost 6,000 is not too low, but I am thinking 18 minutes. I think we can earn a whole bunch of money here in 18 minutes. See how fast I can do this. I want to take 13 tourists. And I don't really care which ones I take because I'm going to do the other half right after that. 16 total. This. He's already got an astronaut on board. I like to keep him on this one because it's my money-making ship. Tourism ship. We'll land on Deimos. Smallest gravity of practically almost any object. Like definitely any natural satellite in the solar system. It's a moon of Mars that has very little surface gravity. I went on Wikipedia earlier today and looked at the ranking of all heavenly bodies in our solar system ordered by gravity, and other than some asteroid or something, Deimos was the smallest gravity-wise. So it's cheap, quick, and easy. That's why we're going there. This ship goes really fast, and we won't even have time to speed up because by the time this animation's done, we'll be at Deimos. So it's a quick way to earn quite a bit of money. Oh, I guess we will be able to speed up. They're all on board. We're going to do a flyby, Phobos. Flyby. We got 325 credits just for landing here. Now we've got about a minute before we can speed that up. In that minute, maybe we can go check on Phobos, what's going on with the rovers. Planet rovers broken. Yes. Affirmative. We no longer say yes, instead we say affirmative. Craft repair pack. We don't have any more steel ingots. Let's get some of those so we can make more repair packs. packs. We have titanium for a little bit, and then we're almost out of silicon. Let's go ahead and do that. That's not a big operation on Phobos, but it's enough. It's a little bit kind of sustainable. All right, now let's go overview, space, medium aerospike shuttle, 60 seconds. Oh, just in time. All right, speed up. Let's go, let's go. We're going to move all these tourists. So we took care of our Phobos rover issue a little bit by making repair packs in the time it took for these guys to go fly by Phobos for the first minute. Estimated profit 756. 1,193 is what we just made. It's good. Always good to be. I always like it when we're making over 1,000 per 2-minute flyby, which there was actually just a minute. All right, what else can we do in the next minute while we're waiting on this to get its speed up? Well, we only have 30 seconds left. We need to upgrade series refining capabilities. That's something on to-do list that we wrote down last episode. Let's think about that. How can we upgrade series' refining capabilities? Well, we need to send some ships there with large cargoes full of parts. And we probably need parts from the moon, my moon factory as well. So we might need to send a ship there to the moon. All right, move all these guys back on board. And 751 flyby profit. Let's go flyby again. While it's flying by this time, let's take a look at what we have. 30 cargo space. Let's go look at what's going on series. We are getting kind of close to our population cap here. We do have a couple ships. If I wanted to craft, ooh, we can craft gold. Start that up. If we wanted to craft a factory upgrade or a mass refining, we need, oh, we got that, we got that. We just need steel ingots, actually. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. Steel ingots. Now we can either make them here by going out and finding iron ore with actions, collect. We don't really have, oh, we do have this. So we go collect Fe, iron is Fe, like from there, like that. Okay. Come back to that. Oh, our ship's not back at Deimos yet. Still flying in space, but it's almost ready. Just click it and speed it up. It's like doing two things at once. Kind of on autopilot for this part. 431 credits? Sure. Let's do a flyby. I want to do it quickly because we have 12 more minutes on this round of tourists. If we can do this fast enough, we can get the other half. Should be 13 more in the other half. I think this will be probably our last flyby for this group. We're doing fine on durability. Speaking of durability, when this ship, medium aerospace shuttle, is here on Earth, it's repairing. Now there's a upgrade you can get, a building thing. It's on the like purchase ship screen, all the way at the bottom. It's the only thing here, hangar. Every time you buy this, it speeds up how fast ships repair while they're on Earth. 25 durability per hour per times you click upgrade on this. So I've done this, I don't know, 2 or 3 times. So hopefully my ships repair pretty quickly when they're on Earth. I don't really ever want to be sitting around waiting for them to get repaired, so I wanted them to repair nice and fast. All right, that's full again. Here, ding, which means we got money coming in. 202 credits. That's not that much, so we're gonna go land on Earth for 260. We got 1,193, then 756, then 751, then 431, and finally we're gonna get 200 something for going back and landing on Earth. We can speed it up on its way to Earth, which will help us get a little bit of time. We're racing against the clock here. We only got 10 minutes to try to get as many credits as we can out of these guys. And you do want to bring your tourists all the way back to Earth before the time runs out, because if you don't, if they're out somewhere else, then you won't get a new tourist. He'll still say, hey, I just want to go home, and he'll be sitting here kind of like this icon, wasting one of your tourist spots. So you want to get them fully home all the way to Earth before you run out of time. That's going to be our goal. See if we can do it. Oh, it's going to be hard. My phone is in airplane mode right now so that I don't get notifications and text messages and all that stuff when I'm trying to record. And I'm actually playing this on my phone even though I'm interacting with it with my mouse on my computer, hooked up to a debugger app called scrcpy.exe. I think that stands for screen copy. Cool utility I found. But yeah, so my phone's in airplane mode, which means I can't click watch video right here to speed this up, because I don't have internet to be able to watch ads. Not that I'm gonna make you guys watch any ads for this. But if it's only a minute 30, it'd probably take you longer to watch the ad than it would take to just wait it out until you get under 60 seconds, and then you can speed it up for free. So at this point, watching the ad would probably make it take even longer. But look how we're doing on cash. We're doing great. Just this one round of tourists was a lot. And even if we don't make it in time, in the like 8 minutes remaining, it's okay. They all renew every hour, so the ones that are back on Earth renew every hour. Probably am not going to do this 2 more times in the next hour. It would be nice, like I said before, to have a second ship, and then I could just, bam, in like 5 minutes could knock out all 26 tourists. Rapid fire. Maybe that'll be the goal. Maybe I'll save up crystals to be able to do this really quick. So we want to land actually on Deimos. Go 3 minutes to reach Deimos. 7 minutes total. I think we could maybe send him out twice before getting him back home to Earth. I'll be pushing it. Definitely be pushing it. In a game that's supposed to be like an idle game, I find myself playing for hours straight and also trying to beat the clock. Like, I'm not waiting all 7 minutes. I got stuff to do in that 7 minutes, you know? 7 minutes isn't enough time. So we got another minute and 40 seconds before we can speed this up. While we're waiting on that, try not to get distracted for too long. I'm going to go to the moon craft. Look at that. We got all this empty crafting space. Last episode we started this whole full thing of them at 8 times speed. And Steel ingots. This is what we need for upgrading our series refining capabilities. We need these steel ingots, so we don't need that many, but we do need a ship to come by here and pick some up on its way to series. A little pit stop. I'm going to go ahead and start these guys on walking research expeditions. Hate for them to ever be idle, pretty much once an hour. Alright, let's go check. That was a little bit of time. Let's go check this. Okay, we still have 50 seconds before we can do some more there, so let's go to the moon again and start some big hauls. Sometimes I need something specific, like I go for titanium I was out of. Might be running out completely. Silicon, I think, is a good idea. Other times I just kind of go with the first one in the list and just I'm gonna work my way through all of them eventually anyway. Overview. Whew, okay, well, we're boom, boom, boom. We're doing things fast on this episode. Ain't no kids play this time. We're going as fast as we can. All right, we're here. They're on board. We're gonna do a flyby Phobos. Do a quick glimpse. 12. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a lot. All right, this flyby is only gonna take 1 minute if we're quick, and we still have 4 minutes. I don't know if we can get back to Earth. I don't think we can do 2 flybys. I think we could do 1 flyby Phobos and then definitely get back to Earth before that time runs out. Now, it may be good for me to show you what happens if they don't make it back to Earth in time. You don't get a whole new set of tourists. What would happen is these ones that show the like no money icon and they over here on the left look normal, that means they're on Earth. So we'd get new tourists in all those spots. But this guy, he says, I'm not on Earth. If this time runs out and he's not on Earth, these guys are going to stay wherever they are. We're not going to get new tourists to be able to get more cash. So not the best thing to happen, but if you're trying to get money as fast as you possibly can, then you want to get as many tourists done as fast as you can too. So if we go land on Earth, 2 minutes 41 seconds to land on Earth. Yeah, probably better do it. Probably better not try to push it for one more flyby, huh? Should we push it? Should we do it? Should we try to push it for one more flyby? Phobos? Give us a minute. 830 credits? I think we might have just sealed our doom. I saw the 830 credits and I just wanted it. Might have gotten greedy. Game is on. 2 minutes and we're gonna only really have 2 minutes when they get back from this flyby. So we probably won't be able to make it back to Earth now. I'm gonna try. We can try, but the distance between Earth and Deimos is definitely further than the distance between Deimos and Phobos. So it takes a little longer to get them back home to Earth than it just takes them to do their flyby. So we're going to be cutting it really close, probably too close. Speed up. Put them all on board. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Go, land, Earth. Ooh, 60 seconds. We might just actually make this. Speed up. Pro move. Wow, we got almost 2 minutes to spare. You know why that was so fast, though? Why it said only 60 seconds to get to Earth? Look at that. We got lucky. Earth and Mars were like in a conjunction at the time. and it could have been worse. Earth could have been way over here with Mars over here, and it would have taken us like 5 minutes to get home. We just got so lucky. That's awesome. And they're all off-boarded already. And look at that. They all have the blank top left corner, which means they're not upset about not being at home or whatever, you know. They're not on Earth. No, they are. They're all on Earth. So we got 60 more seconds to admire kind of how much money we left on the table. 33 credits there. 0. Good. 0. That's good. We used it all. Okay, 75. We left a lot on the table for those guys. 40. 0. 0. 0. That's good. It's good when we see zeros. 54. It means we used up every single credit they had on those flybys. 158. So that guy had a lot, but it's okay. We wanted to bring him back before the time ran out. That's good. A lot of zeros. I'm seeing a lot. Now VIP, he's gonna have a lot because it's kind of annoying that how like it's not annoying that he has a lot of money. It's just he'll go on like 10 flybys trying to get every last credit out of him while everybody else is sitting at zeros. So it just sometimes feels like it's not worth it. All right. Okay, we just ran out of time. We got a whole new set, and we can do, obviously 59 minutes is plenty of time to do all this when we just showed we could do it in like maybe 5 to 10, you know. But we can start the whole process all over again if we wanted even more cash. I think that's enough for me on that for right now. But it was fun. I wasn't sure if we were going to make it there. That Earth-Mars conjunction was clutch right there. That was awesome. Now, what were we doing? Let's see. That's what I... Upgrade series refining capabilities. Well, that's not even our primary objective. Primary objective here is colonize Ganymede Part 2. That's what we started. Let's go see what's going on there. I kind of love how this game embraces my ADD side. I can just, ooh, shiny. Oh, what's that? Oh, and I just get distracted like crazy. It's kind of fun. Alright, so he's busy still on the planet, and they're both available. So let's have them collect some more stone samples. I think we started building a second rover. And we're down to 7. That's good. We're using up all the life support on our first ship. That's good. Sounds weird to say that. They're not going to die if that goes to 0. Like unlike a real ship, if you didn't have any life support, you'd die. But no. It's just a resource in the game, and they stay alive without it. See, look, there's 0 on the base, and these dudes are happy. So, what else can we build here? Oh, he's almost done. This is actually kind of perfect timing. So we just took a little side quest over to make some cash as a way to use up some time while he was building, what was he building? Hydroponics. Yeah. So we're about to have our hydroponics center here in a few seconds. Let's hit planet and check on our rovers. Yep. So now we have 2 rovers, which is good. We can be like repairing one, for example, while the other one is being used. Nice to have a backup. Only takes 2 minutes to do collect stone samples, so those guys are going to be done here in just a few seconds. Start moving some stone samples over to our ship, though we may not fill it or we're out of life support. And it is gonna, we won't be able to refill the life support on this ship from the base till we get a landing pad. All right. We have, oh yeah, that was it, right here. We have our hydroponics center. First hydroponics center first building besides the outpost on Ganymede. Okay. Oh, yeah, you can click it. Okay. 2 available, 3 max. Oh wow! If we had another worker, we could totally get even more life support per hour. Only 1 more per hour, but hey, every bit helps. Cool. So we are now making free life support. See, it's already going up. And the other thing is by building this hydroponic center, it increased our maximum life support from 20 to 40. So that's going to slowly grow. We need to bring more workers here. I think I'll save that for another video. The other thing it raised is before we had a maximum population cap here of 5 from the outpost. But building the hydroponics center added 2 more, so we can now go up to 7. So we could bring, all in all, we could bring a whole lot of workers here. We could bring 4 at least, because this guy, this astronaut, he can actually just live here. He won't even count against our limit. And we could actually have more workers, 2 more workers also kind of count their beds on the ship. So we could really get up to really like 10 total people here now. And more than that if you bring more ships and just kind of leave them here. Now, he is available to build more, and we do have more resources. We brought plenty. This is the next thing I want to build, the landing pad. 2 tools is the requirement, and we have 11. 5 building materials is the requirement, and we have 13, so we have plenty. The next thing we need is life support, and we don't have any more of those like portable life support blocks that add 5 at a time. So we are unfortunately just going to have to wait until this life support fills up to 10 before we can build our next thing. So that'll be a little while. So since that's building up, what we can do, we don't want to take our workers out of here because that's just going to make it build up even slower. We do want to bring more workers here. So we want to leave those workers doing what they're doing, but what we can do is move him. Oh, no, we can't. Let's move 1 off. Actually, they're both not busy. So we'll start both of them collecting stones. Then now that they're busy, move 1 off, move him on. And now he can collect stones as well. By doing it this way, we're using the life support from the ship instead of the life support from the station, which we do need the outpost life support to build up enough to the point where we can craft the landing pad. So we don't want to use up this life support. We want that to build up, and that's going to take a while. Unfortunately, there's no way to like pump the life support off the ship over to the outpost or this ship, which is sitting at 10. But what we're going to do is we're going to use up all the life support from this ship till it's empty, and then we're going to start performing stone sample gatherings from this one till it's empty. And then by all that, by then, hopefully the outpost on the planet will have built up some life support, and we'll be able to build our landing pad, which will have an umbilical that will connect to these ships and be able to refill them if we need it to refill their life support, which will be useful for the rover expeditions. What do you call this? Explorations. Cool. This is good. Things are happening. We got movers and shakers happening on Ganymede. Ganymede actually has a magnetic field. It's that big, and it's kind of interacts with Jupiter. It's very cool. On the TV show The Expanse, Ganymede is where all the Belters go to have their children so they can be safe from the radiation out in space because of Ganymede's magnetic field. Protects them from that radiation. Helps keep their fetuses in their bellies safe while they call it gestating, but pregnancy is what we call it in 2026. All right, that's a cool show. Expanse, if you like space sci-fi shows. It's on Amazon. Let's collect some stone samples. Do this little operation where we move a guy off, move a guy on, tell him to collect a stone sample, and then now we only have one life support left. This goes pretty quickly when you have extra astronauts. Now, something to note is that if we had workers on board the ships, workers are not allowed to perform actions from ship actions. It's pretty funny. Here, I'll slow down hydroponics for a second just to show you what I'm talking about. If I move this worker onto the ship, so we have our astronaut who's busy, and we have one worker. We come up here to ship actions. It does not let me click him. Workers need to be on the planet to work. He cannot do anything from ship actions. He's useless here, so put him back to work at the hydroponics center. Now they can do other things. They can do actions like from this menu if they're not busy. Like this is showing that 2 of them are busy in the hydroponics center, but they can do a bunch of this stuff if they're on the planet. So I'll take them out, the hydroponics center, go to actions. Now I can click him. You can like man the radar for a while, like try to find some resource deposits, which actually would be a lucrative thing to do. I don't think this where it says experience astronaut only, that just means they get experience points. But I think in the version of the game I have, it doesn't. I can't use up the experience. It doesn't do anything. So that doesn't really matter. Experience astronauts only. If they can't perform the action, then it'll say something like has to be astronaut or something like that. Like that. Astronauts only. So he's not allowed to do this. He's not even allowed to do it walking because it's an astronaut only activity. Right? Yeah. This is like read it out. But I do have them selected actually, so. Oh, there's not enough life support, that's why. If I unselect them, and even though there's not enough life support to do it, it does say now astronauts only. So this activity, even though like he can do that one, he's allowed to do this one. He can't do this one for really 2 reasons right now. 1, this is an astronaut only activity. 2, there's not enough life support to perform this action. Which it won't even tell you because I don't even have the right kind of guy selected. But once I select these, and it says take 7 life support to do this. Alright, see what we can do. Life support 1, stone sample. Alright, allows the last life support from this ship. Now we're going to start using up the life support from this one. This ship actually can hold 3 guys. I think I'm going to have him do rover exploration. Let's do that. Let's go back through them all, actually. Rover, go. It's been half an hour. Rover, go. Doesn't really matter as long as there's an astronaut on board. Go. Go. So we fixed the issue on Phobos. It had a broken rover earlier this video, but it doesn't anymore. I didn't even tell it to repair. Must have a repair station on Phobos. We just needed the packs. Io. Oh. Yeah, we need a repair station on Io. that automatically repairs if we have packs. Save that for another video. And Ganymede, we're right back. Okay. We just went through all of them. All 11 outposts. Oops. Overview. We just went through all 11 of those, and we initiated rover exploration on every single one except one, I think IO, we needed to repair. And some other housekeeping activities. I think IO has a bunch of gold. Where was the Ceres? It was on Ceres. We need to get that gold refining. It's under craft. Yeah. And then the moon. The moon has so much. I've been building up the moon for a while. Like, probably years. I don't play this game. I haven't been playing it for years, but I have had it on my phone for years. Kind of off and on messing with it. So, this moon base has really been around for a long time. I'm sure people could set it up a lot quicker than years, like do it in a few days or weeks or whatever, but I just, every once in a while I put the game down and don't play it for a year or a few months or whatever, and then I come back and I get hooked on it again for a while, as you tend to do with these kinds of things. Oops. Oh. We're out of iron ore. Guess we'll take a break from crafting steel ingots and craft some titanium ingots instead. You do need titanium ingots for crafting some rovers, so I don't want to use all of them up making titanium alloys, which you also need for rovers. So I think I'll just maybe make one pack of 10 and save 50 ingots for other purposes. So I don't want to keep pressing that, because I think I'm almost running out of titanium ore on the moon. There's like not going to be any more. Oh, come on, that's at 98. We gotta just add 2 more, right? To put that at 100. Just gotta. And then you do need silicates sometimes for certain things, not always silicon, so I would be cautious not to actually like use it all up. See if I can find one of the things that needs silicates. Steel ingots, no. Might be a rover thing. Oh, it also could be one of these things. Is it? That's silicon. Yep, silicates needed for building materials. And you do need a lot of building materials, so that's why I'd be careful not to make too much silicon, because you actually need the silicates to build this stuff. See what the rovers take. This is the behemoth, that's what it is. I think I called it the rhino before. That's this one. Behemoth. This one needs the alloys and the ingots. But I'd love to make one of these on every moon. Just being able to send one worker out and get 180, that's great. It's awesome. All right, I think that about covers it for Ganymede Colony Part 2. Spent a lot of time doing some money, well, not a lot of time, but we did some money collecting strategies in the meantime while we waited on other things to go. I think that worked out pretty well. We now have our hydroponics center. We are able to craft a landing pad. Well, no, not yet, but we will soon. Once we soon-ish, soon TM. When that gets to 10, we'll be able to. We could always ship over some life support, you know, if you wanted to. You could get one of these guys, or, yeah, that's not far enough 3 astronomical units. Does not get us to Jupiter. We could upgrade it, but 9 cargo is kind of measly. For 70 versus 140, double the price, but more than double the cargo. This is a much better deal, I think. So you could buy a unmanned rocket like this. It has 20 cargo, and we could fill it with a few of these life support things, and we could kind of speed things up. Only take us, 20, 30 minutes for the ship to get there, and then we could use this to fill up our life support instead of waiting on the hydroponics to do it. But honestly, I'll probably go to bed and then wake up in the morning and it'll be full anyway, so I don't need to waste an effort and crash on trying to get the life support there when either way I'm going to go to sleep and everything will be hunky-dory in the morning anyway. Let's check one more time on Ganymede. See what we got going on here. Almost out of life support on the second ship at Ganymede. And we did get to 30 stone samples so far. We're going to get a little bit further, but we're probably not going to get all the way to 43 with these actions. It's kind of random. Sometimes they get more than one. It says here 3, so we could get all the way to 43. Every once in a while they come back with 3 stone samples. Sometimes they just get 1. So it's kind of the luck of the draw, see what we get. But if we can run out the last of our life support here, then I'll pack 2 of these astronauts back onto this Black Hawk and send it back to Earth with its load of however many stone samples that we get, and we'll be able to sell all those on Earth for some cash. Those will probably go for a pretty penny since they're the first samples from Ganymede. The first samples are actually always worth the most, so that'll be a nice little bump in cash. Seconds. So yeah, let me know what you guys want to see. Been thinking about starting a second account or something so I can show you guys some of the early game stuff, how to get money when you don't really have much yet. A lot of that is from exploring and sending data back. Stone samples. Let's go. Show you in another video how I can get a whole bunch of research points quickly. Like I could probably get at least 100 a day and really not need that much. I was getting so many research points a day that this was starting to go like over 600. I thought, okay, maybe I don't need to keep doing this every day because I'm not able to use up that many. Speaking of which, are there some cool technologies that we can get? 10 AU, man, 10 astronomical units so far. That triple the range on that. That's amazing. I don't have any of these yet. Maybe we should do a video where I buy one of those and send it to, what's the next moon? Callisto? Callisto. Yeah. We could get a Dragon Extended. Hopefully that can make it to Callisto. That could be cool. That could be super cool. Bling, bling, bling. Getting money. I hear it. Hear it coming in. well get him going. Two more. Two more and we'll have used all our life support. I got some other ideas for videos. Do one specifically about the overpopulation thing. That is something we talked about in this video. Wow, this video's 55 minutes long. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully that's not too long for you. Appreciate you guys just hanging out with me and checking out the game. I think it's a cool game. Thank you, Jerry, again for building this game. All right, and those two guys finish out the last life support that we have. It was a very, very productive night on Ganymede. Before we started part 1, we had nothing here. Now we have bustling base. These guys, we're just going to keep one on here. These two guys are going to get ready to head home. And oof, we got so close to filling it up. We still got, I think, 3 more guys finishing up. We may yet make it. We may actually fill this thing up. Between this and earlier in the episode when we barely made it back in the nick of time to get all our tourists back, which we still had a minute or two to spare. This has been pretty exciting, pretty eventful night for Tiny Space Program. How's our orbital mechanics to leave from Jupiter to Earth right now? It's very good. Oh, I want to click Earth. There we go. 4 AU, that's all we are apart right now. Very little time and fuel for that direct flight. I think the game kind of calculates it as a direct flight, though in reality you would more just kind of go in what's called a home and transfer orbit and take years, but you do that to save fuel and not be burning for months on end your rocket engine. Okay, these guys are all done. Let's move. Oh, wow, that's perfect. There was exactly 6. Wow, this could not be any more perfect. It was exactly 1 plus 2, 3 plus 3, 6. 3, 2, 1. We had exactly 6 more. We filled up our Black Hawk full of stones. That is perfect. And now we could ready to go back to Earth at a great time. So, 11 minutes. Be able to get there and sell all that. That's awesome. Well, thanks for hanging out. I'm going to cut it here. Good luck out there, guys. See you on the next time.